Every detail you post online is a brick removed from your mental resilience. Every fleeting emotion you broadcast, every meal you document, every story you share is a leak in your personal power. We live in an age where transparency is marketed as connection, but in reality, it is a slow-motion surrender of your sovereignty. You are leaving yourself vulnerable to a world that thrives on your exposure, a world that feeds on your need to be seen. If your character is defined by your social media feed rather than your quiet actions, you have already lost the war for your own mind. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, spoke of an inner citadel, a fortress within the soul that no enemy could conquer. But a fortress with no walls is merely a stage. Today, we are reclaiming that citadel. We are moving beyond the noise of 2026 to learn why privacy isn't just a preference, it is the ultimate Stoic weapon. Part 1. The Digital Panopticon and the Death of Mystery. In the 18th century, philosopher Jeremy Bentham designed the Panopticon, a prison where a single guard could watch every prisoner, but the prisoners never knew when they were being watched. Eventually, they began to police themselves. In 2026, we have built this prison for ourselves, and we call it sharing. We have become performers in a digital panopticon. We trade our thoughtful composure for instant vulnerability because the algorithm rewards the loudest cry. But there is a heavy psychological tax for living for an audience. When you broadcast your life in real time, your self becomes fragmented. You are no longer living your life, you are managing a brand. The Stoics understood that true power comes from containment. When you overshare, you are essentially asking the world to validate your existence. You are saying, "I do not exist unless you see me." This is a leak of your personal power. Every time you seek a like for a private moment, you hand a piece of your happiness to a stranger. You are becoming fragile, dependent on the shifting winds of public opinion. Part 2. The Inner Citadel and the Gatekeeper of Speech. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The mind freed from passions is an impenetrable fortress. A person has no more secure place of retreat." He called this the inner citadel. To the Stoic, your mind is the only thing you truly own. But a fortress is only as strong as its gates. In the modern world, your speech, your digital output, is the gate. When you feel an impulse, anger, pride, or even sudden joy, the modern world tells you to vent it or post it immediately. The Stoic tells you to wait. By guarding your thoughts, you create a necessary buffer between the raw impulse and the public broadcast. Contrast the strength of the quiet mind with the fragility of the constant validator. The person who must post their workout, their charity, or their heartbreak is a person whose inner citadel has been breached. They have no private retreat. Their strength is an illusion because it requires an audience to exist. Real strength is what remains when the screen goes black and you are alone with your character. Part 3. The Strategic Power of Personal Silence. There is a strategic, almost predatory advantage to silence. In an era where everyone is shouting their intentions, the person who says nothing becomes an enigma. Withholding information increases your social and professional leverage. When people do not know your next move, they cannot block it. When they do not know your weaknesses, they cannot exploit them. This is the Stoic practice of letting your actions speak so that your words become unnecessary. Epictetus famously said, "Let silence be your general rule," or say only what is necessary and in few words. There is a profound freedom found in being misunderstood by the masses. If the world thinks you are one thing, but you know you are another, you have achieved the ultimate Stoic victory, autarky, or self-sufficiency. You no longer need the world to get you. You are known to yourself, and in the kingdom of the soul, that is the only vote that counts. Part 4. Digital asceticism in an era of transparency. How do we apply this ancient wisdom to the apps in our pockets? It requires a digital asceticism. It starts by replacing the fear of missing out, or FOMO, with the joy of missing out, or JOMO. There is a deep, quiet thrill in knowing that while the rest of the world is arguing over a headline or performing for a trend, you are silent. You are elsewhere. You are building. Practice the habit of internalizing your emotions first. When something wonderful happens, keep it to yourself for 24 hours. Let the joy settle into your bones before you offer it up to the digital void. When you are hurt, sit with the pain in private. Build a resilient character that doesn't require likes to heal. This isn't about being antisocial, it's about being pro-soul. It's about ensuring that your most sacred experiences aren't cheapened by the quest for engagement. Part 5. Building a character defined by action, not words. We must shift our focus from projecting an identity to living a life. The internet is a world of shadows and projections, but character is built in the dark through tangible virtues and quiet habits. The long-term mental health benefits of maintaining a private world are immeasurable. It creates a space where you can fail without shame and grow without scrutiny. Reclaiming your privacy in 2026 is a revolutionary act. It is an act of self-sovereignty. It is saying to the world, my life is not for your consumption. My growth is not for your entertainment. My soul is not for sale. When you stop performing, you finally start living. The fortress is waiting for you to return. Stop leaking your power. Close the gates. Let the world wonder who you are, while you spend your time actually becoming the person you've always pretended to be. The ultimate weapon in a transparent world is the man or woman who cannot be seen, but whose impact cannot be ignored. Be silent, be strong, be sovereign. Thank you for staying with me through this exploration of the inner citadel. If these words stirred something deep within you, if you feel the weight of the digital world lifting even slightly, then you are ready for the path of the Stoic. If this message resonated with your soul, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Your support helps us keep this philosophy alive in an age of noise. Share this video with one person who needs to reclaim their privacy. I have a challenge for you. For the next 48 hours, commit to the vow of the unseen. Do not post, do not broadcast, and do not explain yourself to anyone online. Tell me in the comments, I am reclaiming my citadel. Let that be your declaration of independence. We will be reading every comment, standing with you in the silence. Welcome home to your own mind.